Hello everybody, my name is Elenator, and this is the part of the stream where I check to make sure that everything's functioning properly before I go and start doing stuff. Here we are, Minecraft Through the Android, episode, I'm pretty sure we're on 41. We've made a return for part 2. And yeah, we are in the full version of 0.9. When we last left off, we were in the alpha builds, test builds, whatever they were called, don't remember. But anyways, so now here we are, the full version. Let me send this real fast. And then, doop. Farewell to you. And we can now jump on in. But yeah, when we last left off, turns out I jumped off the world. I had completely forgotten that I fell off the edge of the world. I can't believe I ended this series by dying in the void. But I have now checked back everything. Difficulty's not on peaceful, right? Alright, cool. So yeah, here we are, back at the bed, because this is where I respawned at. Actually, we respawned on the roof, but that's not important. That's why I took a heart and a half of damage, because I had to get it down from the roof. I was wondering. Well, since then, I ended up switching peaceful as I was doing all my stuff on here, and so that's why I've healed up. I want to say in my Polyworld explanation video, I still have the heart and a half missing. Oh. Alright, well anyways, I ended up not needing Ultimate Minecraft or Universal Minecraft Converter. That's what it's called. Alright, well let's go get our stuff, because truth be told, I was really thinking that when I loaded this and I was at the bed and I didn't have any of my inventory, I was like, oh no, what did I do? Oh man, did I lose my player data? Apparently no, I didn't. All my stuff is safe and sound. That sword is almost gone. I should just leave it. Okay, sorry, but that shovel's coming with me though. Oops. Oopsies, hold on. I gotta remember how to play Pocket Edition. Why do I have a bed on me? Is that my perma bed? Because we don't have any more nightmare mechanics. Howdy, howdy. There's a... That texture didn't slide over. I'm pretty sure these are available on archive.org. The Pocket Edition stuff. Try lurking on there. I want to say that's where I got the collection. At least up until, I think, Bedrock. I think I have the files pre-Bedrock. So everything until Pocket Edition 1.1. Alrighty, so we're gonna need a new sword. I'll leave that one up there for history's sake. Let's see, how rich am I? Can I make another diamond sword? If I have a diamond chestplate, hopefully that means I have enough diamonds to make a sword. But for all I know, I'm broke. I didn't check any of this stuff. Is it turning nighttime? No, I think I just saw the shadow. Oop. It's gonna take a while to get used to the controls again. Alrighty, so hooray, I have coal. Everyone's favorite stonecutter still here. I don't remember what version, but I don't think that's gonna be sticking around too much longer. There's my stone. Eggs. That's a lot of eggs. Halflings, random natural stuff. Why do I have so many doors? Where did those doors come from? Why do I have all these beds and bows? I don't remember getting this stuff. This is what happens when you don't play on this world for however long. Why do I have a fresh pickaxe? I wonder if that was saving the nether reactor. That's a lot of netherrack. Why am I still wearing iron armor if I have all these diamonds? Alright, cool. Well, we're gonna make another diamond sword then. Hooray, I'm not poor. Good job, me of the past. I wonder where I've been keeping spare netherrack, though. Alrighty, so... Where's the wood chest again? It's gonna take me a while to start remembering these. I know I just looked at all this. Oh, here it is. Okay, bottom left. Bottom left is wood. Because we have some exploring to do. Boop. And let's get that over to slot 1. We can replace individual slots, right? Yeah, I remember old versions. You had to slide the hotbar over every time you added something new. Oh, wait. Because it would always jump to the first slot, and so it boop, doop, doop, doop. So if you wanted to fill up your inventory, you'd have to do it in reverse. Thankfully, we get to choose individual slots by now. Alrighty, so we have some food, we have some torches. How are we doing on coal? I got plenty of coal. What I'll probably do, we're gonna make some more torches. I always like having torches. There go the rest of our sticks. Do. Bye-bye. I keep wanting to press the back button to exit the inventory, but I can't do that. I have to press the same button that I used to open it. Oi. Alright, well either way, I can use that out of there, but it doesn't work on the inventory. Oops. Alrighty, now we're ready for an adventure. I'm pretty sure there's no nightmare mechanic, at least that's what I'm hoping. Alright, which direction are we going? Does the sun rise in the north and set in the south still? I can't remember when that gets fixed. I guess if I made a map. Wait, do we even have maps? I don't know. Let me go to the crafting grid real fast. Doesn't show me stuff I don't know how to make. Alright, let me grab paper. Do we have paper? Pretty sure we had sugarcane somewhere. I would hope. Sugarcane would be a natural item. That'd be over here. Surely there's paper, right? I'm pretty sure we have bookshelves. I still don't know how I ended up with so many doors and beds. I don't have any sugarcane. Okay, never mind. I guess I'll just walk in one of the directions. Well, that's okay. So this way was... Why is this a forest? Didn't I have another copy of this world where this was all jungle? Maybe the jungle is over here. I think there's a jungle in one of these directions. There's the jungle. Oh, I do have sugarcane. Alright, well, too late. We'll just start walking off in this direction. Just kidding. Now the sun's going down. We're gonna sleep. This has been 8 minutes of me not doing anything productive. But we're gonna start heading off in that direction. And see whatever we find. My amazing brick and sandstone home. Back when brick and sandstone was still free. Same thing with glass. I feel like I haven't said that in a long time. Beep beep. Alright, well, let's just start walking. Other than villages, I wonder what other... what other structures there are. I think we have strongholds. Well, this was back when strongholds were only a small portion. They would only generate underneath village wells. And I don't know what the percentage was. There was a seed where you spawned, I think, next to 3 different villages. They're all within a very close distance to one another. You spawn next to 3 villages, and one of them had one of them had the stronghold underneath. So that was nice. And did they spawn a cave? Oh no, this looks like my fake cave. That's right, this is stone. Or this is not stone, this is cobblestone. Right, because I put my fake cave down here. Good times. I'll need to clean this up, but hey, at least now it's going to turn the grass faster. I kind of like this mountain range though, so we'll see. Once I get to the top, I'm considering bumping up the render distance just to see better. Boop, boop, boop. See if I can do parkour because I still have that diagonal jump bug. Whenever I press the jump button, I always jump diagonally. And this may be a little more difficult than I thought. I wonder how long until animals aren't full bright anymore. I wonder what went wrong. Unless that doesn't get fixed for a long time, because I'm starting to remember that on my old tablet back in 1.1. That's some weird cloud rendering. It's missing a strip right there. There's some pumpkins. I'm pretty sure I already have pumpkins though. I got pumpkins from one or multiple nether reactors. Howdy potato, it's nice to be back indeed. That's a chunk section that's not rendering. So it's just more jungles, some forest, some mountains as well. But let's take a nice better look. I did not click, oops. Boop. Alrighty, so what exactly is the surrounding area looking like? Nader of the Zell, I don't know. It was the Gref who fens. Is that an obnoxiously tall oak tree right there, or is that jungle? I think that's jungle. Alright, well, there's nothing particularly interesting. Truth be told, though, I don't know what I was hoping to find. This might be a good place to set up an outpost, though, since it's right off the corner of home. There's some plains over there. Maybe we'll get lucky and find a village. I feel like Nader of the Zell would be more than Zell of the Nader. There's more mountains over there. Well, I guess this is a nice big flat area as well. Look, new ores. Not ores, new stone types, since I don't have any of that in the old world. Other than chunks populating. The new chunks generating next to the old ones and populating the old ones. Which we already saw a little bit of. There's a lot of plains over here. Spruce forest, I think that means now I already have access to all 4 wood types. Oh wait, doesn't this have the, isn't this the 1.7 generation already? Because I don't think there's any major updates for a long time, which means as long as it has the 1.7 bombs, then we're at 4 out of the 6 wood types. I forgot, because they jumped straight to the 1.7 stuff. Well, here's a cave. Well, I don't need mining just yet. Howdy, Pep, welcome back. I'm not finding anything interesting. I was really hoping I'd find a village with how large this plains biome is. Well, that's not particularly the case. I'm hoping I don't have to do any magic with the level.dat to make sure that structures generate. And I feel like that flag should be auto on. Since this world was last loaded a while ago. There are more chunk sections over there not rendering. Oh, there's a roofed forest. Alright, well now we're at 5 of the wood types. But I have no idea where any of the hot biomes are. Seems like everything we've seen has been moderate. We'll probably set up shack over here then. I'd rather not wander too far. It's been a little more than half a day's walk. If this is a swamp, I can't tell if those are swamp trees or not. Because I think I might want to be right at the edge. You do hear a bird. That is unfortunate. The birds are chirping today. Are there witch huts? I would expect so. At least I would hope so. They've already acquired all the way through 1.7. 1.7 features, other than the end stuff. There are no witches? No witch huts and no witches? Okay, if they don't include the witch, I feel like at least the witch hut would have been an easy inclusion, because it's a small structure, and it's been around since 1.4. You can't apply Java logic to Bedrock. Of course, this is still pre-Bedrock by a few years. One last look over this hill, and then I think I'm calling it, and we'll start setting up a new outpost. Pocket Edition was an alpha for most of its early... Oh! There we go, here's where I'm setting up shack. It was called Pocket Edition Alpha for most of its pre-Bedrock era, because we had the full release of 1.0 and 1.1, and then poof, Better Together update, Bedrock 1.2. Alright, well I guess I'm setting up shack right over here. I'll check later if there's a stronghold underneath here. But oops, let's... We're gonna turn down the render distance because now I want to play the game properly. Oopsies. Poop. Alright. Ah yes, the 1.3 gravel. There are monsters nearby. Hello. Are you the monster that's nearby? 2 hits with a sword. What is this? Beta 1.8? When does that get changed? Enchanting isn't until 0.12, right? Do diamond swords do 2 hits all the way until then? Unless this is just a temporary bug and it gets fixed by the time 0.9 is fully released. Alrighty, so here we are. We're gonna let that guy burn up. Yeah, diamond swords to 2 hits all the way until beta 1.8. 1.9 pre... I think it was 3 was when they changed it. It's when they first started working on enchanting. Items just disappear. There's no pickup animation. Well, yeah, diamond swords do 2 hits to hostile mobs from the beginning until beta 1.8. Let's take one quick look in here. Where does this pathway go? Not seeing any other houses. Alright, well, cool. There's a cow on the roof. Hello. I wonder how we got up there, because I thought... And oop! Well, now I made it up here. Alright, we're gonna heal real fast. Insta-health. There's not even a... Well, I guess that would make sense because there's no hunger to keep track of. Well, anyways, I was gonna say, how did this cow get up here? Because I thought they can only spawn on grass. Speaking of grass, let's start filling this in. Emeralds are rare because they only spawn naturally. At least there's all the mountains. If you remember back when you first joined, there are some mountains we passed by when we first started exploring. Alright, close enough. Oh, that's right, I can't use the scroll wheel. Bye-bye, Mr. Shovel. Doo-doo-doo-doo. There we go. I'll need to fix this creeper hole better later. Alright, so what I'm thinking, I'm gonna do what I always do. We're gonna do some tree chopping. Since I really didn't want to take major resources with me on this adventure, I wanted to start fresh. I didn't know emeralds could be mined with a stone pickaxe. I feel like that would have been a Pocket Edition exclusive bug then, because I'm pretty sure on Java it was always iron, unless maybe early snapshots. Unless I never bothered trying with the stone on Java. There we go. I'm not yet sure how I'm going to fortify the area. We shall see. Well, that's part of the reason why I want to clear out these trees. They are in the way. I think once this axe gets low, we'll start trying to go mining, and then try to find some iron. I wanted to find a suitable area to set up camp first. Dunk. After getting so used to playing beta 1.8, playing on here feels rather slow again. It's just the inputs. That's what happens when you play, when was this, 2013 I think. What happens when you play a 13-year-old mobile game on the computer. Do I keep chopping? Problem with all these dark oak trees is because they like to generate very close to each other. So if you chop one down, a bunch of leaves are going to stick around just because it's right next to other trees. Everyone's favorite slow start. Choppy tree. But at least I have an iron axe already, as opposed to starting out with a wood one. Or my fist. Once this tree is gone, we'll start looking around for any caves. We'll probably start heading back towards the direction we go. Or the direction we were coming from. I didn't finish this one, whoops. Let's get all the goods. Why are there so many saplings? Feels like the sapling drop rate's a lot higher than what I'm used to. Howdy, Jonas, welcome back. Hooray, the villagers have noises. At least they added that minor detail. I wonder why, I would say, why did it take them so long for villagers to get noises? Well, when you look back, it was only 6 major versions. And but the span itself was, I think, 2 years. Or a year and a half or so. No 0.1 world? I started this world on 0.2 because I wanted proper survival and I didn't feel like messing with the level.dat at the time, because I had to mess with the level.dat to make the world infinite before 0.10. Alrighty, so now I'm thinking... Oops, that's not auto jump for me. Yeah, oops. Yeah, nope. There we go. Having sounds with the addition of trading would have made sense as well. Because sure, people just didn't bother interacting with the villagers much before then, other than, you know, Minecraft players doing what Minecraft players do to villagers. But like with trading, that's a new feature and it gives you a reason to interact with them. And they still didn't have sounds. Took 3 more major updates. And boop. Catch some Z's. Reset the weather. Do we have weather? We don't have weather yet, do we? I'm not familiar with Pocket Edition and Bedrock's history to know when stuff was added. Alright, I think we'll grab this last sapling, and then we'll start setting up a proper living area. So if my bed is in this one, right? So this one's going to be designated my bedroom. That one's a little small for storage. Beep beep. Excuse me. Ah yes, back when carpets generated on fences and that was their table. I'll probably use the butcher's shop for storage. I don't know if I'll end up clearing this out, but we will begin... Oh wait, hold up. Is there a library? Library's right here. Hooray, because I need the crafting grid. Oh here, how about we make dark oak? Look at all those recipes. So if I save that one for crafting, we'll just start over here. 0.12. It seems like 0.12 was the big catch-up version then. Not only was that when it came to Windows 10, that's when they added the full nether as well as a dimension. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of this. Alrighty, this one will be for blocks. As we take our time transferring all these items. And then this one will be items. I don't remember why I had these signs on me, but I left them in the chest at the end of last time. I don't remember all that I did last episode, though. Alright, how's the inventory looking? Let's grab torches and food. I think now we're ready. Is the question, does the mustard come before ketchup or does it come after ketchup? Is that a pathway? What were they doing over here? Because you've got all these houses over there. You've got this one farm. And then you've got this big old path that crosses the river. Well, at least it's a bridge. Hello. I see another one. I am very glad you're walking nice and slowly. Oh, what? Why was this 3 hits? Didn't it take the 2 hits on the Zomble? Do creepers have surprise armor or something? And Zombles don't? Maybe the mob health isn't set right. 1.0 might be the mustard update. That would be the next major version, because if 0.12 was for ketchup, jump all the way past 0.16 to the full 1.0. There was no Pocket Edition beta, right? It went from alpha just straight to the full release. Boop. This looks like a steep drop. Nope. It's a shallow drop, but we're going in. I don't have the bed on me. You have building blocks. Alright, let's keep on going. Whoop. Say no to water. As I try to figure out a safe way down here. I don't remember if there was a brightness slider, but this feels rather bright. I wonder if this is at 50% and for using Java related brightness. I wonder if we're gonna find... Yep, here it is. I've never understood... Uh-oh. I've never understood why Pocket Edition has had these random streams of water that generate underground. Like, I don't know what this is supposed to be or why it happens. I don't even know if it ever got fixed. Is that more? Yep, because you've got that little stream there in addition to the spring itself coming out of the wall. Hello, I see you, floating gravel. Oh, this is before they added particles that showed on the underside. I'm pretty sure Bedrock got the sand and gravel particles first. I can't remember if that's a 0.10 thing. I feel like it is. The only reason why I say that is because I want to say I remember when they added that. This is right around the time I started playing Pocket Edition more, because I was in high school and I had my Android tablet, and so I was playing with a couple other folks there. Any more? Nope. This cave did not go very far. I wonder if these are 1.7 caves, which are the lesser quality version than the caves we got in beta 1.8. Oop, I missed you. I missed several of you. Yeah, I'll probably leave that water. Everything just feels so slow to do stuff. My fault. Worth it though. You know what I realized? I didn't add any sort of defense to the village when I left. If I'm down here long enough, it's gonna turn nighttime. Zombies are gonna start spawning and taking out the villagers. Oops. If I come back to the surface and all the villagers are gone, I'm gonna be a little sad. Well, that's also kind of my fault. I wanted more iron to start working on tools and whatnot. Oops. Minor cave-in. There's a lot of gravel. Does gravel normally spawn this much? I feel like I don't play enough modern to know. Oops, I was trying to avoid that. Surprise, I guess we're picking up granite. I was trying to avoid picking up the new stones because that was going to fill up my inventory. Oh, finally, coal. I've needed this. Oops, that's not the button. Yeah, I need coal to start cooking up all the iron I have. Have I only been finding iron until this point? Howdy, howdy, welcome to the stream. There's lava there. I think it's a lake. Early release terrain is rather plain. But I will say, I will always be a fan of those extreme hills. The original extreme hills from beta 1.8 until 1.6. I took damage in water. They didn't change that yet. You cannot water bucket release in here. His light level's also throwing me off because I can't disable smooth lighting. Well, I think I can, but we had visual bugs. We had visual bugs last time I did that. I made a whole video about it. I never did post that anywhere. A totally normal Pocket Edition video. Oop. But as for early release terrain itself, once you've seen the like 8 or 10 biomes, you've seen it all. There's not much that can't surprise you. I'm probably going to install Linux, but we haven't stumbled upon any deserts. It's going to be difficult to find some sand. Oh, is this it? There's nothing here. I was really hoping this would be a larger lava lake, and I was just seeing a small portion of it. But I don't think that's the case. Yeah, this is all that there was. Oops. I would say I get used to playing with an emulator, but it feels so slow. Part of it is, if I want to turn the camera, I have to hold down the control key. Because Minecraft doesn't like the built-in first-person shooter mode. And I think the reason is, it's all in order to have that properly set up where it's constant mouse movement, you need one button or one touch input always active. But the problem is with Minecraft, if you have one touch input always active, you're going to be trying to break the block. Even if I had crosshairs enabled, it'd still be trying to break whatever was in front of me. Oh, that slot duplication bug hasn't been fixed yet. I know that there was a launcher dedicated to play in. I don't remember if it was Android versions, but it was Bedrock for sure. Playing old versions and whatnot. I heard a complaint about it though for thinking of the same one, where at some point they had their save data wiped. And I don't think they remember why, or they knew why. Spider? Hello. I'll just stick to what I've been doing until the day it doesn't work. I was going to use BlueStacks for the series. That lasted until the virtual mouse was included. and I couldn't play anymore. So I said, well, time to switch. I didn't know you could get banned from... Well, I guess if it was proper server software and not just someone's local world they were sharing. Change the username and rejoin. That's right, because you can just change your username at any point. Because there's no accounts or anything. Well, kind of. On the options screen, you have this invited to Realms Alpha button. That's definitely not functional anymore. I feel like you described exactly Minecraft's history over the past 12 years. I think to myself, the individual platforms were designed for what they needed to be. And then it all got consolidated and no more individual personality because it came to serving the masses. To this day, though, I will continue to believe that mobile devices should not have been included. But sad times, here we are. I think now we're finally starting to find the good caves. Hooray! Hello, we're gonna leave you down there. Is that red dust? Yes, it is. That hasn't been added though, right? Or was it? Here, let's find out. Let's do some tests for the sake of science. Oh, hooray, we do have redstone. Maybe this is how we craft the powered rails. I don't know what the functionality is, though, of what redstone stuff we currently have. I guess what I could do if I always wanted a refresher is I could go on my own time, not during an episode. I could go on my own time to the creative world I set up. He just burned in lava. Oops, hello. Don't mind me. So I can't place it. It was only used... I remember the powered rails. I remember the powered rails always being powered. So I guess it is just a crafting item. I wonder if this is a response to all the people who said that redstone was useless. Or I should say the redstone ore was useless, because for a while it would generate in the world, but when you mined it, it would not drop anything. So I guess this way, at least now you can do something with it, or start preparing, and not just deleting redstone ore from your world. Alright, decisions. I think we're getting low on torches, though. This is the last 44 we have. Come on. There we go. Playing 1.7 to 1.12 makes more sense compared to what? Alright, I think we're gonna say farewell to all this water here. It's a bit of a hassle trying to navigate through. And navigating this world is a bit of a hassle already. No version felt complete in Pocket Edition history. I understand now. Oh, is there lava that generated behind this? Because I'm pretty sure I only placed one cobblestone. Interesting. I think part of the reason why Pocket Edition never felt complete is because Java Edition was always ahead. For the longest time until I think it was Update Aquatic was when they really started trying to push out the major updates together. But Pocket Edition, or at that point it was Bedrock. Bedrock had several big releases before one full version was completed, though, compared to Java's. So I think 1.18 was when they really brought all the features complete for the major updates in one version release. I feel like 1.0 doesn't feel complete enough, but 1.1 is up there. And part of the reason why 1.1 feeling complete is it finally fixed several, drop frames, leave me alone. 1.1 fixed several bugs, one of which being Snapperdoodle not working. But at last, apples are able to be acquired. Villages have a use other than just being a structure. Hello. Ow. Oh, they still have the old explosion sound. Oh, Pocket Edition 1.0. Oop. I would need to feel for it. I'm kind of waiting to see, because I didn't play Pocket Edition enough to understand, or enough to feel its completion. But once they added the end and whatnot, then it was a big improvement. 256 was in 1.0? So we have 1.7 terrain here, but it has to be compressed to 128. I was really hoping we were getting 256 in this version. Oh boy. That's why the mountains are squished? Did they didn't change anything to the terrain in... Oop, hello. They didn't change anything in the terrain, the main terrain generator, until later, right? Oops. So even though we got 256 height limit, it was still only generate to 128. Haven't even seen it. I should say I don't remember the Shattered Savannas on here enough. Hello, I see you. Alright, we're at 22 torches. I think to myself, that's a weird shadow. Yeah, something with the lighting, and I don't remember if older Pocket Edition had these issues. Since I didn't record the last episode. Oh, I should say I have not streamed episode 40 in a long time now, since I had an entire UMP Part 4 happen in between then. I think, though, it'd be wise to start looking for an exit. Even if I wanted to, even if I wanted to, there's no way to enable coordinates. When the end gets added here in Pocket Edition, did it have the 1.9 content with the expanded end? I feel like I did, along with end cities and whatnot. And now I think I'm starting to get lost. That's a dead end. Alrighty, so where's the exit? Indeed it did. Hooray! So if 1.0 was for all the end stuff and whatnot, was there a name for it or was it just called the end update? Because I know you have like the discovery update, exploration update, other ones I can't remember because Pocket Edition had their own update names. What was new in 1.1? I feel like 1.1, I remember hearing, was the start of the in-game store, the marketplace. And I can't remember what else 1.1 added. There's the village that's still half lit. Just kidding. Hello. Ender update. Close enough. Close enough to what I was remembering. Trading was in 1.0.5. Ah, yes. And they say the drop system is brand new. Oh, that's an open door. Can zombies knock down doors? Hello? Any of my villagers left? I don't hear their noises. I don't hear doors either. I feel like they're all gone. Oh, nope. Hello, we have one. You were smart. Do they not know how to open doors, or is it just me? Because this door I opened earlier, and I left it open, thinking, oh, there's no big deal, they'll just close it. But then this almost never happened. I don't think they know how to open doors. I should have left those doors closed. This is my fault. I had at least 3 villagers killed because I left the doors open. Oops. Alright, well, I'm not going to open the doors of any other houses. Oopsies. Alright, well, now we have basic supplies. Let's head back to our crafting area. Is there anyone outside? Oh, sad times. How come this hasn't turned to grass yet? Oh, wait, I think there's a 1 block. No, it should start spreading. Interesting. Unless it's because of the fences. Either way, I haven't even been paying attention. This place doesn't have a blacksmith, right? I feel like I haven't seen one. Alright, well, first let's start doing all of this. Oh, I didn't realize I had extra torches. Because if there's no blacksmith, then I'll make my own furnaces and stuff. I'm not seeing anything, though. How about... Oopsies. Uh-oh! Why are there so many surprise creepers in this village? Sorry. Well, I was gonna try to go up top, and, I guess I'm not going up top anymore. Because I wanted to get a good view of the area, and that happened. Was there lava down there? I think this is a lava pit. I don't trust that stone being on the surface. Oh, I am not doing good on health. It's my fault. Oops. That's much better. Are there more? I see one of them over there. Alright, yeah, there's no blacksmiths, so let's get to working. Doing redstone without any tutorials is an accomplishment, I'd say. I say good job. You've seen how much I struggled in the past. So if you succeed at what you wanted, you're making good progress. Suspling would be proud. Does Suspling still make videos? I feel like he took a break from Minecraft for a while. I don't remember if he came back though. Alright, so what I need is cobblestone. We're gonna try to fix that church, hopefully. That's not the button. Boop. Oh wait, this way. No, this one. This is my crafting area. I feel like that name suits it well. Alright, I needed... We're gonna make some sticks, because I don't need too many ladders. This makes 3, right? Oh, it only makes 2? I haven't changed that yet? How many sticks do I have now? 1. Oops. That'll probably be enough. Alright, well either way, I came here because I needed a furnace as well. Doo-doo-ba-doop. So I was thinking, hello. Did they drop their stuff? Nope. No grass block. So if that's the storage area, I'll put the furnace in here. Let's go grab the coal. Have you tested it in beta 1.7 as well as modern? What are we on? 26.1.2? I can't remember. Oopsies. Moo, I hear you. Okay, the glass is gonna have to wait because I still haven't seen any sand. But I think everything else here should be able to fix. Which level was the floor? Was it this one? Maybe. I don't know. I feel like it is. I can't remember. For as much as I've seen these old villages, I don't remember the exact design. There we go. So the only thing it should be missing is glass. But what we are going to do, we're going to grab some torches and we're going to prevent this from happening again in the future. Oops. So we're going to do another torch there. No more surprise attacks. There we go. Don't worry, you do not need to play Bedrock just to test to see if this works or not. Hey, baby cow grew up. He's still on the roof though. I think now that I'm here, while we still have some torches left, let's start lighting up the area, shall we? And just like that, I missed the ability to turn smooth lighting off. Sad times. Oh, I'm here. Maybe I should also... Let's not waste pickaxe durability since we don't have a lot of it left right now. I'm feeling a little bit safer already. Probably just plop down a few more torches. And then I think we'll leave. We'll catch some Z's and look at the timer and see how it's only been an hour. Hooray, today is a special day. We're streaming for 3 hours. That's why I started an hour earlier than usual. Hello, Zomble. Just you wait. Say 10 to 15 episodes from now, this place is going to be all nice and bright. I don't know if that's going to come true or not, but I'm going to hopefully do that. Because I don't want any more surprises. And I think this could use a door. I feel like there's only one door type right now. Wait, don't tell me. Let's go discover for ourselves. Yep, just one door type. In fact, I think that other house doesn't have a door either. Not even Java had multiple doors yet? I don't remember when exactly 1.9, or sorry, 0.9 came out. I hear you, Enderman. I think it was 2013 though. If this came out around the same time as 1.7, then yeah, 1.7 only had the one door type. I think the Enderman's gone. Oh, he's poofing. Alright. One thing that's nice though, I'm kind of glad there's no hunger, because it means I get to save on food. I was about to say, where's my XP? And then I remembered, right, not here yet. Alright, I think should be safe to split. Oopsies. Maybe I'll make an ores chest next. Alright, let's make... I already have stuck, but let's make even more planks here. Oh wait, oops. I think we'll put it in that corner there. They move blocks, or they drop nothing and move blocks around. I wonder why they didn't add useless ender pearls. Even beta 1.8 for Java added useless ender pearls. That way you could at least start collecting them. You know, knowing me, we're gonna make another one of these. Oops. And I just replaced the chicken. There we go. Alright, so this one will be for all my ore stuff. And I'm not going to bother organizing because I don't have that luxury yet. One thing that's nice though is that whenever you move stuff to these chests, you know that you're always going to fill up the complete stack or the incomplete stacks first. That's a buzz. Is that important? Probably not. But we're gonna look anyway. Nope, not important. Alrighty. Alright, redstone. What I'm thinking... How are we doing on sticks? We're gonna make more sticks. And let me grab some of that iron. Because we're gonna replace our axe and our pickaxe. One more, that way I don't have to pull it out of the chest I've already put away. Boop. There we go. My crafting table is in another castle. One pickaxe, one axe. There we go. Alright, cool. I'm starting to get annoyed from that cow because I keep hearing him moo. There was a stream. There was one of my old UMP episodes. I think it was something like maybe 77 or so. Somewhere around there. There's a stream where I received a comment from someone who's been going through my entire UMP series. He's currently in 70 something episodes. But I left a comment on the time where there was a cow and he kept mooing and I was getting annoyed. And I said something like, one more moo and you're gonna be done for. He mooed and I said, that's it. And I took out my sword and that cow was no more. What a day. I say what a day, but that was already a long time ago. I didn't even remember doing that. Hooray, digital immortality. But you know what? I was gonna start replacing some of this path here, and then I realized there's a lot of gravel underground. Why don't I just leave the path and just pull from all those gravel patches? So we were from... Where's the cave? Somewhere around here, I think. It's not too far from the village. I see you, and you see me too. Maybe I should have left a cobblestone pillar when I was coming out of that cave. You know what's nice though, as I think about it? Seeing all these animals around here. The reason why I say that's nice is because I've been spending a lot of time on my beta 1.8 world. And once the animals were gone, they were gone, and they became a rare sight unless I went wandering into new chunks. Which I try not to do all too often. But I think to myself, it's so nice being surrounded by animals again. There's a feather. Do zombies drop feathers? I already haven't been paying attention. I'm pretty sure they do. I don't think rotten flesh has been added yet. Let me grab torches I don't have anymore. Just kidding. Right, the reason why I wanted this gravel is because I wanted to fix some of the pathway. Let's maybe find one more gravel patch. Is it turning night? Is the day and night cycle really 20 minutes? Oh, there's some coal. I was just saying earlier how I wasn't finding any coal. I found a bunch of iron first. There we go. You know what the best part of this coal is? After I mine just a little bit more. I keep pressing that button, but that's not my inventory button. Ta-da! Torches on the go. Alright, let's head back to the village. Let me light this up real fast though, since I realized this just loops around. Oh, anything else? Just one, okay. I should have acquired another water bottle before I started. Oops. Should have acquired a water bottle before I started streaming. Because I'm already starting to feel the dryness. My mistake. Are those the old Skelly Bump sounds as well? I can't tell if these are like the alpha sounds or if they're just the pre 1.4 sounds. This Java 1.4 changed sounds for quite a bit. And I don't remember all hearing the comparisons. Oh, this is already looking better. Hooray, hooray. Let's just plop down a few more torches. You know what's also nice? I can use torches to replace tall grass. Oh, here, buddy, hold on. Can I? There we go. I didn't want to hit him. There you go, now you're safe. Because beta 1.8, you still can't replace torches and whatnot. Alrighty, let's get to work. So let me start fixing up the pathway. How about I clear out the random items still carrying around though? Excuse me, Mr. Villager, but you're gonna need to move here real soon. I kinda need access to the front door. There we go. I'll take that. You know what? Here, I'll try digging this up. I was considering whether I should just build on top of this. And I got flint. My fault. Considering if I should just build on top of it. But, nah. Me and my consistency. So that was one area. And I think there was another part of the path I wanted to fix. I'm half tempted to clear up this lava and turn it into obsidian and just make a portal. But with how far away 0.12 is, the only reason why 0.12 is so far is because there's a lot of development builds. There's a lot of test builds for 0.11, or 0.10 and 0.11. Alright, I think... Hello, spider. So this is safe because this won't block update. I kind of want to put the planks on top though. It's nice that this doesn't block update the gravel. Nope. Alright, that's it. One and done, Mr. Spider. There we go. So what this allows us to do... Wait, does the water fill in? No, it doesn't fill in yet. This is one of those small features that I've been mad at Minecraft for the longest of time. And it doesn't get fixed until Java 1.5. And that feels so far in the future compared to how long it's been in the game. Alright, well either way, let's get more dirt real fast. Does anyone know when that gets changed here on Pocket Edition? Because the source water not being filled in is one of those quality of life things. It's like shift clicking in and out of a furnace. Well, I guess into the furnace because that will always work. But shift clicking into a furnace did not function until 1.2.5 specifically. Oopsies. Misclick. I can fix it. Says fix it, Felix. I think that'll be fine. I'm tempted on whether or not I should just get rid of the sheep, but I think he'll get to live. He's just going to be forever buried. Oh, nope, you coming out? Speak now, forever hold your peace. He's trying. Come on, buddy. There you go, good job. Alright, let me, oops, replace those real fast. I think that was the pattern. Okay, hold on, we're gonna fix this though. In fact, we're just gonna bring all of this up, except for that one. There we go. Sure, it looks a little odd having the planks there, but it will be a forever reminder of what lies below. Alright, I think sun's going down. Well, I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to find some sand. And honestly, I might just end up digging along that shoreline. Because I want to fix the windows for the church. And windows for any of my own builds. Because I think now that I've started surviving on here, I've set up my outpost in this area, now I'm thinking of working on my own builds next. Wait a minute, did the villagers just start walking? Maybe I didn't cause the death of 3 villagers. Maybe they just wandered away. Huh. I wonder if their AI is more simple compared to what we have in Java. Why are there 3 dead trees right next to each other? I thought that's supposed to be a rather low chance. Didn't Java Edition not get dead trees until... It was one of the 1.21s. Something like 1.21.6. Somewhere around there, 0.4. There are too many 1.21 versions. We don't need 11 updates. Oh well. I miss this old rose bush. This is the bright red one before they toned it down. But anyways, I feel like that was one of the thingies that they brought over. Oops. Axes don't work on pumpkins? I wonder why the sword does though. Oopsies, that was a waste. I'm trying... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hold up. There we go. I can't place tripwire. After these pumpkins, we're gonna head back. Because I think we're gonna start working on a proper home next. I'm gonna say this now, even though it's probably not gonna happen, but I hope it doesn't stand out too much against the rest of the village houses. But me being me, chances are I'm not gonna build in that style. Especially since I don't have a lot of oak wood. I plan on building it mostly out of dark oak. I don't even have an image in my mind for what sort of shape. Hopefully it's not just a big box. Hopefully it's not comprised of two boxes right next to each other. Something in this village that marks as mine. How are we doing? We're only at 455 drop frames, so that's not too bad. 0.2%. Hour and 22 and 2 today. We're not even at the halfway point. I got plenty of time. I can totally... Oop. That's unfortunate. Still have plenty of time to work on stuff. Yeah, I wonder if these villagers, the villagers, wandered too far away from here. And now they don't know how to pathfind back. You know what I should do? I have signs. I should label these. That's not the crafting area. I think I'm gonna need more signs though. You know what? Let's grab that dirt because I want to fill in the creeper hole. Alrighty, surely I craft 3 signs by now, right? I know we only craft 2 ladders, but surely 3 signs. Yeah. Cool. Let's go find the 3 I already had, even though I think I only need 1 of them. So this one is... I guess I'll put it here. I can type, right? I can use... Whoa! You could put signs on other signs. Can I not type on these? Is this one of those virtual input problems? No wonder why people used to make redstone alternatives out of signs. Remember those maps for Pocket Edition? I don't know how much my viewers played PE. Yeah, people made redstone alternative maps because there was no redstone, and so they would do these adventure maps using signs to trigger stuff. Signs, sand, and gravel, because those were blocks that could be used to manipulate things. Alright, so I need... What we're gonna do... We're gonna do that. And, oops, I cannot click out of that. Hold up. There's like a virtual keyboard button on here, right? I thought there was. Maybe I don't know the button for it. Well, I guess I'm not going and looking for it. We're not going to have any text on the signs currently. Oh, I can just type. I can only type on the top row. That's unfortunate. Alright, I'll deal with it. So this is bedroom. That's not at all how I spell bedroom. This feels weird because I always like putting my stuff centered as much as possible, justified up. So when I only have one item, then I only end up on the second row. This one's smelting because this is about 6 years before we get any other type. This one's crafting. The blast furnace and the smoker and even the campfire is still ways in the future. Chances are they weren't even ideas yet. Okay, where's that green bean hole? Somewhere around here. So grass does spread, because this used to all be dirt before. So then for whatever reason, grass is just not spreading here. I'm pretty sure it's the fences though. Alright, well either way. So next, I'll put away the gravel. We'll try to collect sand before nighttime comes again. The shovel still has plenty of durability, so it should be good. And do I have a way? No. I don't have a way to clear that X out of that specific slot. Alrighty, so what I could do to make this not look ugly . We're just gonna lower this entire area. Yeah, this is definitely the old sand sound. This is the crunchy sand. If you play, I can't even say modern, if you play later in release, sand is much softer and grainier. Which makes sense because that's definitely more realistic sand. But you know what I could do? If I dig up even more of this, I could replace the sand that's in the ground with dirt, and that'll turn to grass. And then eventually it'll look like this place never even had sand to begin with. There you go. And it's multiple blocks deep, even better. We're gonna start with this whole intersection because I don't want to deal with the water. If I really wanted, I could just fill it all in. Well, so much for not finding a desert. Maybe, oops, come on. Auto jump. I don't want you right now. So much for not finding a desert. This might be a good enough amount of sand for now. I'll have to find one eventually, but it can wait. I wonder if I can find an old, whatchamacallit. I wonder if I can find a world seed viewer for biomes that shows the original Pocket Edition Infinite Worlds. Is it turning nighttime? I wonder how long until we get a smooth day and night transition. Truth be told, I'm kind of surprised that that hasn't been implemented in here yet. Is that all the dirt? Yeah, I don't have a way to combine stacks. Oh wait, yes I do. Aha! The old throw it on the ground trick. That looks alright. But I'm gonna steal just a little bit more of the sand. Alright, close enough. Alright, let's go to bed. Hello. Goodbye. Oh, we have the poppy now. The flower was changed. It used to be the cyan flower. I'm pretty sure they just swapped the name and the texture. The block ID itself is still identical. That way all pre-existing ones would get changed. Alrighty, so what we're gonna do is plop the dirt in. In fact, we're probably gonna clean up more of this edge. That was fun while it lasted. We're slowly getting better. Little by little, the creeper hole's disappearing. Alright, what we'll do, we're gonna grab all of this. Let me also grab the coal I have from storage. Maybe I should put signs on these chests to label these. But now, I want a few more furnaces. So we're gonna make those, plop them in, and that way I don't have to wait 10 minutes for one whole stack to cook when I could spread it out. Yeah, we'll stick with 4. I was deciding whether or not to have the one in the middle, but I've decided we're just gonna have 4 for the corners. There we go. If I ever want more, I could just stack them up 3 tall. Surely I won't need 12 furnaces, right? Howdy, howdy. Welcome back. Does that show up on the... Whatever character was inputted is definitely not popping up on the on-screen chat. Or well, either way, we need 16-ish. That is absolutely not 16. I'm thinking decisions. I'll cut that to 32. That would be 16 from here plus 8. And I totally forgot that it pulls from both stacks. 18's close enough. 1, 2, 8. That's 15. One more, 16. I'll just toss all of this in, except for the last 2. Boop. You get all my coal. There we go. Howdy, Paul. Welcome back. No Zelamoon on here. I don't have texture packs. I don't even know if texture packs are supported yet. I don't think they are. Man, converting Ultimate Polycraft Pack over to this sounds painful. Honestly, I'm probably just gonna stick to vanilla textures. I say that now, and then watch. We're going to eventually make it to when the Village and Pillage content gets added and the texture changes, and I'm gonna think to myself, nope, I can't deal with Joppa. Why is that chest empty? That's my ores chest. This is my 2D items. I don't know how far this series is going. It's between Bedrock 1.2 and Bedrock 1.17. Well, I should say Bedrock 1.1 being the last version. Either 1.1 or 1.17. Do you remember what I said however long ago? Because I was looking around and I couldn't find a version list for the series. I have one for UMP where I plan out ahead of time and write down the versions I intend to have or intend to play through. And I thought I had one for here as well, but I couldn't find it. Because if I said in the past I was only going to go until Bedrock 1.1, then I'll stick to that. Because I have a different plan for a different world or different series. Some other idea that would go until Bedrock 1.17. And I realize I don't have a shovel. I could use more sticks. Actually, let me just grab all of these real fast. We'll make more sticks and make more signs. Alrighty, so what we're looking for, gonna make a lot of sticks. Only 2 more sets of signs. Because what I want to do, we're gonna see if I can. So we are looking at, huzzah. No, I cannot. I think there are mine shafts. We got villages and strongholds. I'm pretty sure we have mine shafts. Okay, so this is ores. This one is items. I should say 2D items. This one's 3D blocks. This one's currently unused. I'm thinking of separating a stone chest and a wood chest as well. Oopsies, I put 3D block. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't make that shovel like I said I would. Auto jump, leave me alone. There we go. These are most certainly the average-sized signs. As someone who remembers playing InfDev when signs were first added, those were big signs. It's already turning nighttime. Whoa, where did the last 20 minutes go? Okay, well, I like keeping my inventory organized. Boop. That's not what I wanted. There we go. A clean hotbar is a happy hotbar. This version is like half of release 1.7. Wait, this isn't the bedroom. But I came back here because I wanted more sticks. In fact, I might go tree chopping. How am I doing on wood? Oh, I still have plenty. Never mind. No tree chopping yet. But this is about half of release 1.7. Because that's as far as we have in terms of the newest features. Mainly the biomes. But there's still a lot of old stuff that hasn't been included. That came out before 1.7. I might have overdone it on the sticks, but at some point I'll need them. Well, the thing with the redstone is, it's always easiest to make it the first time, and then once everything works, it's easier to condense it. But what we are going to do now, we are going to see how much coal we have. I feel like I don't have a lot. Nope, I don't even have a stack. That's alright, I suppose. But now that we have all this glass cooked up, let me find... crafting table, because we need some glass panes. Are you having fun as Mojang intended because working on redstone exercises the brain? Bye-bye. For all the creepers I've killed, I don't think any of them have dropped gunpowder. Surely there's gunpowder in the game, right? I know there's TNT. There we go. Now, there we go. Cool. So all that has been fixed. Now it's like there never was a creeper inside, just waiting for me to climb that ladder. Alright, well at least now we are set for this for a while. Plenty of glass left over. Next is mining because now that I have 4 furnaces, those furnaces are going to be hungry for coal. So I'll keep that stack of sticks. Well, maybe grab the ores. We're going to make a couple more pickaxes first. Boop boop. Hooray, now I'm ready. And I feel like the replanting Minecraft crops has always been difficult to automate. I don't even know what can be automated these days. Oopsies. Hope that didn't waste pickaxe durability. You know, here, let's find out. It did. Breaking insta-break blocks still uses durability on tools. I don't know if that ever got changed on Bedrock, but by now it was fixed on Java. Or added. I don't know if it was a bug. This was probably intentional behavior. Alright, where did I plop out of that cave? Because I don't think it was too far away. Is that a torch? That is a torch. I think we're close. Maybe what I should do is I should make some sort of structure that clearly shows, hey, mine entrance here. Boop. Look at all these mob drops. All the things that burned. Oops. Hello, Mr. Spider. Goodbye, Mr. Spider. I was about to say, where are my torches? And then I remembered, that's right, I didn't have enough coal. I'm a grumpy old man who likes making stacks of torches, unless absolutely necessary. Alright, well now we've hit the point of absolutely necessary, because we have more exploring to do. Anything particularly special about this world you're currently in? Any seeds? I have wheat seeds at home. Can't remember if there are beetroots on here. I know the beetroots are in the game, but I can't remember if beetroots generate as part of the villages yet. Beetroot is one of those, why did they do that additions? Because it was first added to Pocket Edition in 0. Either 0.7 or 0.8, I think. And then at the time it was just another food source. I don't even think it could be crafted for red dye. It might have been. But other than food, I don't know what the point of it was. But hey, eventually Java got beetroot as well. They're in a test world, I see. Bedrock seeds at this current time are very different compared to Java seeds. You might get roughly the same biome placement, but it's not like comparing 1.18. For a long time, Java and Bedrock had vastly different terrain generators. They're much more similar these days. Howdy, and I'm indeed back to streaming. I made a post last night. I don't know how many people saw it. Partly because most of my viewers, it would have been after midnight by the time it was released. I'm pretty sure the seeds are still 32-bit on Bedrock. But if you have a Bedrock seed and input that in the Java, terrain, shape, and biome placement is going to be similar. So Java still has more seeds than Bedrock. This is pre-Bedrock. Although Bedrock 1.2 did not have any major terrain changes that I remember. Other than the oceans. But I guess that's more of a biome change. Wait, when did update Aquatic? That was Bedrock 1.2, right? That was the main selling point for why everyone should switch over. There was something I heard recently, some video. Chances are we watched the same video. I realize we got recommended many of the same Minecraft videos where there's a predetermined list of seeds on Bedrock. Yes, I remember that. I remember hearing that within the past week. It was Bedrock 1.4. Why did they skip 1.3 again? There was another version they skipped later. I think part of that was just however they were trying to catch up again. What seed did Bedrock add into the game? VKO is not going to beat UMP. Something tragic would need to happen on my end. I rewatched his video, his first episode, I think yesterday, and he said something like, whenever we get to 1.21, which could be in like 20 years at the way I'm going, I feel like that's not going to be the case. I don't think it'll take him 20 years to reach 1.21. But either way, as long as I can keep up on my stream schedule again for the next few years, then I'm not anticipating him to surpass UMP in versions. Part of that is I get through multiple versions in a week, whereas I think he takes around 2 to 3 weeks to update. I know I did read that as beta 1.3, but what is the seed that beta 1.3 added? Is it like the very last one before the integer overflow? Oh, I said Bedrock 1.3. Oops, my fault. Beta 1.3 added seed 0. I feel like we discussed this before, where like if you tried to use seed 0, it would end up being a random seed. It would be replaced. The only thing is, it still can't be used at that time, right? Unless you manually edit the level.dat. Because doesn't it need to be above level 10, or above 10, that you can type into the seed box? Until however recent that they allowed you to do single digit numbers again. Pollinating sandboxes. It's the way text gets hashed into a number. And I would say I now know a little bit more about how that works, although that's not entirely true because I did that for testing Dungeon. I did that for testing on random seeds for the Living Triangle. Wouldn't it be funny if I found a golden apple in here? No. But I did that for random testing on the Living Triangle, and I wanted to try to recreate the same algorithm that Minecraft uses. And so I was looking into all that, and it's rather interesting. I ended up not using that because the system was too limiting, and so I just created my own way. Hello. Created my own seed hashing system. But anyways, it's something about how you take the Unicode value for the text and you do some math with it. And so doing that math is what converts it into the 64-bit number. Minecraft, I think, is relevant, or I should say Minecraft uses the system time to create the seed. I feel like there has to be a minimum value based on the time because it's still saved in whatever the Unix standard time is. I can't remember. And so because that already is a long value by the year of 2010, it's going to end up producing a large value for the seed. I don't know where the negatives, because there's still a randomness applied to it. There's still a random value in addition to the seed time itself, or in addition to the system time. That part I did not go thoroughly into because I was mainly focused on seed hashing when I was doing my research. Also, Potato was the one for why you started 3D Noise in InDev or Classic. Alright, what are we at? We're at 2 hours. One more to go. Any more red dust? Nope. We're at diamond level though. Wait, 16? Is that lava lake lower than normal? Or is that redstone very high? I can't check because I don't have a way to view coordinates on here. Okay, so you started with Classic on your own, but for InDev. I understand better now. I want to keep exploring, but at the same time, there's a lot of lava over here. And I've been surprised by creepers, I think 3 times now this stream. This would be a terrible place to be surprised by a creeper. I just take it nice and slow, be smart, I should be fine. Should being the key word. There we go, a nice wide bridge. Hello, any other bad guys in here? There's a lot of redstone. There's a lot of redstone, but still no diamonds. Hopefully there's not the coordinate bug where being in a negative quadrant, you are less likely to find diamonds. I don't know if that was ever a thing on Bedrock Pocket Bed. That's not my torches. I don't know how much was recreated from Java's functions. Legacy Console, they tried very hard to copy over the Java functionality into C++. Pocket Edition, they didn't try as hard. I was thinking Pocket Bed. The thought that came to mind was Pocket Bug. I don't know how many of y'all still watch Minecraft The Journey. With how slow the episodes are coming out, it wouldn't take too long to catch up entirely. There was Pocket Mine Editor, except that wasn't for 3D. That was inventory editing and world data, I think. MC Edit, at the very tail end of its life, supported Pocket Edition worlds. If you use MC Edit 1.5.6, it supports 0.11 worlds. So if the format is the same between 0.9 and 0.11, then I kind of have access to it. I don't know if it supports the old world type. It might. Otherwise, MC Edit kind of supported Pocket Edition worlds. MC Edit 1, not 2. The real version of MC Edit. I could analyze chunks. Maybe I will do that after stream. Once I have my own time, and after I back up the world, then I'll analyze. The only question is, I don't know how good my sample size though, is because I only walked in one direction. Do people still listen to One Direction music? Maybe on my own time, I'll get a test world going. I think I only have my one survival world that was infinite, because the creative world I had going on here was a limited sized. Did I ever provide that world for download? I don't think I did. I don't even think I ever made copies of it either. I might have just labeled them because I sort my backups by episode. I didn't even realize, when did my axe get so beat up? Oh wait, I have a second one. Never mind. I guess this is the same one I've had since I first arrived in this area. The two shovels I had with me, they both broke. So this is the one I made earlier. I'm hearing noises, but I can't tell what noises I'm hearing. Here's a question for the people who know Pocket Edition. When do we get background music? Oh, water, that's what I'm hearing. I turned my sound up. Then I could identify it. Because I'm pretty sure we don't have any background music for a while. There was a time where mobile devices were very limited on the amount of sound sources that could be playing at one time. And so there's a lot of mobile games you'll find from mid and early 2000s that were, or mid and early 2010s that were limited with the amount of sounds that were playing at once. So they probably disabled music to save that. Plus, no background music also means you don't have any music loaded in memory. There might be an Xperia Play emulator. I haven't looked into it or anything. Let's just use up the last of the sticks now. Boop. Alright, that just loops around. I see that water down there. Does lava take a long time to decay? Nope. Cool. Hooray for 1.5. Except we don't have 1.5 water source block creation above other source blocks. I have other plans for this world. It will not be ultimate. This series as a whole will not be ultimate either. This is my testing world. This is my beta world, I guess. I must understand first what it's like playing through Pocket Edition before I devise a plan going forward. There is a lot of redstone. This is going to take up so much storage space. So much chest space, I should say. It's just going to sit in there for a while. Because it's not until 0.12, we learned earlier, that it becomes useful. Oh, seeing that? There's some lapis. Alright, who buzzed me? Is important? Nope. You must away. Enjoy your day. How did a sheep get down here? There's no way. There's no way he wandered the caves this far, right? Surely, surely. Oops. That's okay. There we go. A clean hotbar is a happy hotbar. I shall indeed enjoy. It's been fun hopping on stream again for a regular Minecraft series. Yeah, we got about 50 minutes left of the day. There might have been a hole, but I don't remember seeing any noticeable caves on here. So unless he got lucky and traveled down a path, he just kept going down, down, down. But at the same time, wait a minute. That is unfortunate. Okay, hold on. Here's what we can do. We're gonna combine. So much for chest space. This redstone dust is taking up inventory space. Yeah, anyways, we found that cow on the village roof, and I don't know how we ended up there. Because not only do mobs, or I should say not only are passive mobs not supposed to be able to spawn on blocks that aren't grass, but also I don't think mobs can spawn on stairs. The right side upstairs. Is this the first Pocket Edition Bedrock? This is not. This is the first Pocket Edition version that has infinite worlds. I should say the first full version, because there were some test builds. I played through the test builds of 0.9 for the last 15 or so episodes on this series. If I'm sticking to Ultimate Bedrock, Legacy Console wouldn't be part of that because it's not Bedrock. Same thing with 3DS. 3DS is kind of Bedrock, but it's enough of a difference to be its own platform. And I don't know where I last mined that redstone because it kinda... My inventory is absolutely full at this point. Hello. Alright, let me grab that diorite and that andesite because these are taking up 2 inventory slots for one singular item. In fact, I'll say the same thing for gravel. We're going to set down you, we're going to set down you, we're going to set down you. There we go, that just freed up 3 slots. There's a dungeon back there. Are you sure? The cobblestone you saw might have been me filling in, whatchamacalled. Might have been me filling in water. Oopsies, I keep doing that. Nope. Because I used cobblestone to fill in water and lava that falls out. I found a dungeon earlier. That was cool. That's where I picked up the stuff. Switch Xbox One and PS4 convert to Bedrock, but it is still a different platform, even if the worlds convert over. That reminds me, I still never dumped my Switch. One day. But Through the Android is first, mainly because it's already ready to go. I don't know how much effort would be required getting the Switch going. I also don't have access to my controller right now. It's currently boxed up. Boop. Oh, there's a dungeon. I don't think this is the one you saw earlier, Paul. But hooray. No golden apple. You know what's so nice? Stackable buckets. I'm gonna keep saying this, but I've been playing on my beta 1.8 world recently. And buckets that don't stack is obnoxious when you're trying to go mining and you find dungeons. Because buckets are common in dungeon chests. But they don't stack, so they just nom your inventory slots. I have one nether reactor block. If you're talking about the spire itself, I still have my collection of those. But I looked in the chest and I have one nether reactor block still available. I still have, yeah, I still have my slots free. Especially after I broke that pickaxe. The nether reactor core changes its texture. It goes from the nice detailed one to something that looks like plastic. Other than that, the nether reactor core stays the nether reactor core. It just becomes a decorational block. Kind of like the stone cutter. The stone cutter block is currently still separate. But this old version of the stone cutter never converts to the new one. I don't think it disappears. If it disappears, that would be a change within the most recent few versions. Otherwise, it just becomes unavailable. It becomes an unobtainable, you know, like the whole Minecraft discontinued features wiki. I'm pretty sure modern Bedrock still has it as a block. It's still available if you inventory edit, and since I don't think it was added to the creative menu. Yeah, if it exists in your old world, last I checked, it just sticks around in your old world. Same thing with the first version of the stone cutter. When the 1.14 stone cutter gets added, that becomes a whole separate block. Okay, so after this I have one stack of torches. I still need to try to leave though, as my inventory is full. But the iron. Was this the cobblestone you saw? Oh no, I remember places because I just got rid of the lava. I'm kind of tempted to just start pillaring out of here, or staircasing out. I'm pretty sure the old stone cutter doesn't get removed like the nether reactor core. I don't think it changes textures. I don't know why they changed the nether reactor core texture, other than to make it obvious to people that it no longer works. Well, if the stone cutter no longer works, that's one of those I don't know things. Bedrock and Pocket Edition are not where I'm familiar in history. Alright, I think what we'll do, we'll get the rest of this iron here, and then we'll start going up. We'll just make a staircase. Unfortunately, because there's no F3, I don't have a way to know which direction I'm going. I guess if I had a compass, if I had wood, I'd be able to craft a compass because I have iron and redstone. Let's just look around this corner real fast. Oh wait, hold up, that looks like a better way out than the staircase I was about to dig. If I can get up there. Oopsies. Oh no, that one's supposed to be my near broken axe anyway. I know the 3DS had the stone cutter because it was based on Pocket Edition. It first started on Pocket Edition 0.15, and then by the end of its development, made it to Pocket Edition 1.1. Alright, so to get up here, I'm just going to leave that gold. Just kidding. There we go. Did I break that torch? I saw the particles, but I wonder if that's because it was still trying to break, but didn't. It did not trigger the event. Alright, either way, this is getting me to the surface faster than that staircase I was digging. Wonder if this is the path that that sheep took. I don't even know how he managed to make it all the way to lava level. Okay, I think this is where we're going to make a staircase. What we'll do first, we'll dig all this, and then right here. Just in case we end up underwater, what'll happen is the water's going to flow out of here and end up in that hole. That way I don't flood all the torches I've placed. Wouldn't it be nice if this was surface dirt? Place your bets now. I'm pretty sure that terrain flashed. Well, that's nice. Alright, we are absolutely putting a pillar down now. Once I time my clicks correctly. One more. I like even numbers. So the sun's going down. That's a missing chunk section. What was that, half a heart? Did my armor really protect against fall damage? The old stonecutter and the old nether reactor with vibrant visuals. That feels weird. You know what felt worse though? Since you were talking about 3 earlier. Someone on his Discord server was posting screenshots of Classic, but Classic with Joppa textures. Oh no, no, you're ruining it. It looked so bland and unsaturated. Whereas Vanilla Classic, it's all bright and colorful. Unless people are building with stone, dirt, or planks, then it's brown and grays. But like, I think to myself, you've ruined Classic, how could you? But at the end of the day, I'll just keep playing Classic with its original textures. In a game like Minecraft, no one can tell you what you can or cannot do. I feel like the 4K textures would be worse, but part of that is the 4K textures aren't good to begin with. I'm pretty sure they're, not only were they rushed, they were also intended to be small file size. Because the whole point of Minecraft 4K was compress Minecraft as much as possible, essentially. The lightest of the lightweights. In the end, though, Notch still had plenty of room to spare, though, because it was no more than 4 kilobytes, and the game itself is around 2 point something. I still don't trust this stone here. One bad creeper, and we're gonna have some lava exposed. Alright, well, that was the last of my torches. Yep. Alright, I think we'll start cooking. In fact, here, how are we doing on coal? Not as much coal as I wanted. In fact, here, hold on, let me fill these up about halfway. Oh wait, this one's full, right? Yeah, alright, cool. So what we'll do 24, that's divisible by 8. 24 is divisible by 8. 16. 8. There we go. I don't think the old blocks were retextured. Because the nether reactor core got its texture back when it was first disabled. That would have been back in Pocket Edition 0.12 or shortly after. Joppa wouldn't be around until 2018, 2019. So that would be 3 or 4 years. So I don't think the nether reactor ever had a texture change. And then the stone cutter might have had a change. I do not know. Oops, I need that sword, thank you. Oh, why'd you gotta put it there? Well, I guess if we're going based on slot order, that just means I'm gonna have to redo it. Oh wait, hold on, lapis. Lapis is an ore. That chest is still empty. Oh wait, hold up. I already put all the redstone away, oops. Sorry. I feel like redoing the old blocks would have just brought more attention to them. And you know Mojang liking to not bring attention to old stuff. Plus it would have been extra effort. That was probably unnecessary. I think this is going to be my cobblestone chest. So this is where I'll put cobblestone and the mossy cobblestone. Is it mossy cobblestone or is it moss stone by now? Hold on, I don't know. It is very hard to do anything in Minecraft silently with how big of the game it is. People scrutinize every single update. It's still called moss stone. It's still called moss stone on here. Okay, now I know. There's your answer then. It was most likely not changed. And we're back to the same problem I had 45 minutes ago. I am out of coal that's usable. Because I don't have any to make torches unless I pull them out of the furnaces. I have good news though. Good news of great joy. And that news is I'm about to have a whole bunch of iron. So in total, we have just over 2 stacks. Hooray! If I found diamonds though... Oh wait, hold on. How much gold? I don't have much gold. I was gonna say, if I had more diamonds and stuff, I could probably make another nether reactor. Have one out here. Does the stone cutter have a different UI? Hold on, how do I even make a stone cutter? Hold on. Wait, don't tell me, let me figure it out. Let me grab cobblestone. Let me grab slabs. I think I'm going to need stone, though. If I can at least see the recipe, then I'll know what I'll need else to get it. To get it, not to gate. Because we're going to put it in here, because it's a crafting thing. Oh, never mind, it's just 4. Never mind. I guess I'll have extra cobblestone for, or extra stone for no reason. Isn't this the same UI as the crafting? Because it shows the recipe. It shows the item and it shows the recipe. We can make moss stone? Wait, hold on. That's a 1.8 feature. You telling me that's another Bedrock exclusive first? Because Java 1.8 added the ability to make mossy cobblestone. And why does that take the stone cutter? You're not cutting stone, you're applying vines to a piece of cobblestone. Oh well. Alright, we're gonna take all of that, and we're gonna take all of that. I know you're gonna make walls, but that's... The wall block is thinner than the full block. Therefore, you are logically cutting the cobblestone to be smaller. That one makes sense. Gonna take all of that. No, don't take from different stacks. No, hold on. Why you gotta do this to me? Why don't you just pull from the stack I tell you to pull from? Okay, one thing at a time. So what we are going to do, we're going to grab another stack of sticks and make 4 stacks of torches. We're at half a stack. That's only 48. One thing I wonder with the stone cutter is why it took so long to make it over in the Java. I wonder if the reason was, or I should say, I wonder if the reason why they made the stone cutter to begin with was just to reduce the amount of recipes in the crafting grid itself, in the main crafting table. I wonder why they only did a stone cutter though, when a wood cutter would make equally sense. In fact, I don't know why Java doesn't have a wood cutter today. I feel like that's a profession they should have added in 1.14. Alright, I'm looking for a blocks chest. Was the enchantment table only available in the stone cutter? Is obsidian considered a stone? Here we are, back to the science. Happens almost every stream. Okay, you know what I want to do though? I want to say no to these stacks of torches because they're bothering me. They're bothering me because they're way out floating in the inventory. There we go. Clean inventory is a happy inventory. Now I feel better. The struggles of trying to keep clean inventory management, but the difficulty of moving stuff around into the slots you want them to be in. They were in the stone cutter for one version. Interesting. The nether brick fences make sense. because nether brick is kind of like a stone. It's part of a brick. That is a relatively hard substance. Maybe they were also trying to give the stonecutter more use. Oops. Alright, how far this way do I want to go? I feel like when I go tree chopping next time, this is the direction I'm going to be traveling in. I also don't know when I'm going to be tree chopping next. For all I know, I end up tree chopping on my own time. Because that's boring, and you've seen me chop down plenty of trees. I've also done some tree chopping this stream as it is. The modern stonecutter was added in 1.14 Java Edition version because it's one of the villager stations. I don't use it that often either, but part of that is I don't play modern often enough. It's gonna be weird going back to UMP and thinking, wow, 1.18. I should say I've passed 1.17. Uh-oh, what happened to the wheat there? Did it break because of the darkness? Let's not put that on a tree. There may come a day where I chop down that tree. Wouldn't it be funny if by the end of Minecraft Through the Android Part 2, where I look around from the church and all these trees are just gone? The trees are gone and the place is lit up with torches. That would be nice. Little by little, we will get there. We will take over the world. Oops. This world is a lot smaller to take over compared to Java. Alright, let's nom 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 on some cooked chicken. It's gonna be a little sad when hunger gets added. Because not only am I gonna have to deal with eating all the time, but it's gonna be the slow beta 1.8 hunger system. I don't know how they never added Java's 1.11 hunger system. To this day, Bedrock still has the slow, not fun hunger healing system. I don't know if this world counts as the bowl because the terrain is all the same height. I really just walked over. It just feels like a regular chunk border when comparing like 1.6 to 1.7. Alright, how are we doing? Well, we're doing better on torches. Hooray, hooray. Okay, I'm gonna boop, do that. They've been trying to get Bedrock as the main version for years now. Especially since 1.18, when they were working on parity changes and whatnot, to bring the two versions closer together. Nah, I'm good. I'll stick to Java as much as I can. I'll make an exception for Old Pocket Edition. Old Pocket Edition did what it needed to. You can never have too many torches. I think I'll finish up this stack and then call it, though. We'll go to bed. One, and done. In one swift move, I've spent half my torches. Oh, the moon's already going down. Hurry, let's go to sleep. Let's catch some Z's, and there's no weather timer to reset. I think that was also 0.12. Alright, how are we looking? It's kind of weird seeing the grass pop in and out of existence. Same thing with the LODs for the leaves. Well, it was there. Alright, anyways. Enough looking at foliage. So, we have a pickaxe and a half. That diamond one we're gonna put away. In fact, I have an extra chest, right? From the dungeon. We're gonna use this chest as the safe one. In fact, I think... Did I leave the sword? Maybe I left the other sword at home. I had a diamond sword that was very close to breaking when I started on here. I might have left it at home. But what we're going to do is we're going to leave this chest in here for valuables. And this pickaxe is diamond, so it gets to live. I feel like Minecraft's history, you can map it out until... I guess if you did everything pre-Bedrock, it'd get really complicated, and then Bedrock rolls around, and as you discontinue Legacy Console and the different Pocket versions... What happened to my precious bitrate? It just tanked. That's what happened. I can't even yell at people who's eating the bandwidth, since there's no one else here to do so. We're gonna sit here and we're gonna wait. Oh wait, hold on, I have a button for that. Man, we were doing so good. Man, we lasted 2:44. Am I gonna have to end it off here? So close. So close, I tell ye. Because it's not coming back. What else did I even have going on right now? Nothing. Alrighty, well, I guess this is probably the end then. Let me just reorganize my stuff real fast. Well, since I guess that's indeed... Oh, no. You're right, it is starting to come back. Wonder how that happened. Man, that was a terrible minute. Boop. Alright, well, either way, we have 15 minutes left of the day if all goes well. And so, what's gonna end up happening is, if it just totally drops again, I'll be done for the day. But for now, what we're going to do, we're gonna make more torches. I'm gonna make more torches and prepare to go mining. It's so nice going mining in caves, because going back, furnace room is this one. It's nice mining in caves, because the old Pocket Edition world, without any caves, was always kind of sad. You would have to make your own caves. But we're doing better now. And as soon as I say we're doing better now, the stream is not doing better now. Alright, well, I guess this is indeed where we'll be ending off. How do I want to do this? Maybe here or so. Alright, well, this is indeed all it for today. So we'll be back again, hopefully next week. Today's Friday already. We'll be back again later, and hope that all the stream issues do not present themselves then. Thank you all for watching. Bye.